Hey there, Sarah here. I wanted to talk to you about my day of coordination package. Let me ask you a couple questions. First of all, have you ever thought about what you're going to be doing the day of your wedding? I mean, let's be honest, there's two things you could be doing. You could be running around like a little chicken, flying through your venue, trying to put up decorations, trying to make sure the vendors are coming on time, and talking with the catering company, coordinating the officiant, and making sure everybody's in their seats on time, and then rush out and try to get ready, right? That is not going to make things very fun, but you could do that. But wouldn't you rather be sitting somewhere quiet in the bridal suite, having someone do your hair and makeup, having some fun, maybe one last drink with the girls, or after the ceremony, sitting down with your fiance and having a quiet moment where you can just share in the blessings of being married at last for the very first moments of that day and enjoy the entire day without the stress of worrying about whether the cake is coming on time or the officiant is going to be there to do the ceremony. Doesn't that sound like a lot more fun? You also, are probably going to want to relax about the details. The decor needs to be in place, all these different things. But wouldn't it be nice if that wasn't what your attention was on? You could just be enjoying the day with the people that you love. Well, here's the truth. My name is Sarah Nedler. I'm a wedding coordinator, which you probably figured out by now. I've been doing this for 12 years. I know it's a long time. And prior to me becoming a minister, I had not a clue about what it means to build a wedding. My wedding was, I think I had $600 to my name. It's about what we spent on our entire wedding. And I was lucky enough that my father owned an outdoor art gallery. So we got married there. It's a beautiful place, but not the most well put together wedding. And I'm not going to say I regret it because I love my husband. Ben and I are a perfect match, and we had a great time that day. But it was stressful. And the one thing I do regret, well, two things I regret. First of all, I did not have time that day to go get my hair and makeup done. So my makeup was about what you see right now, and my hair was flying everywhere, and it really took away from the moment for me because I wanted to feel like what I had seen growing up, all these beautiful Disney princesses. That is totally me. I love Disney, and that's what I wanted, and it's not what I got. So I've made it my mission to empower couples to actually have the wedding that they want. And I've done this for more than 100 weddings over the past 11 years. And I've also done corporate events, large and small. When I say large, I mean thousands of attendees, more than 500 of those over the past 10 years. So I've done catering, I've done all kinds of activities, and what it really comes down to is wedding planning is actually quite simple, but you have to know what you're doing and you have to have the connections to make it happen. So what I like to do is tell you a little bit about what my services entail when it comes to wedding coordination. Now, a coordinator usually just shows up the day of, makes sure things come off correctly, and then leaves. And that's fine. Let's be honest. If all I did was just show up the day of your wedding and made sure everything was perfect, all the pieces were in place, and made sure you got to relax with your fiance on that day, wouldn't that be worth it? That would be worth it, wouldn't it? All right, but the truth of the matter is it's not all I do. So let me tell you a little bit about my gold day of coordination package. Because here's the thing, wedding planning is a lot of work. It's simple, it's easy to do, but it's a lot of work. So it's probably going to be kind of nice to have someone who knows what they're doing in your back pocket on your cell phone who you can reach out to anytime you need. So that's one of the things I tell couples when they're hiring me is I have a policy of unlimited text, phone, and email support. Now, I have occasionally had people abuse that, and they're up at 3 o'clock in the morning texting me, and I'll be honest, I'm not going to answer you between probably the hours of about 10 p.m. and 5 a.m., but I will get your message and I'll always reach out back to you and help you out, okay? Now, here's one of my favorite quotes from Elbert Hubbard. It's, the best preparation for good work tomorrow is to do good work today. So I've put together this day of coordination package for you, and it includes a lot of preparatory steps to make sure that you have the help you need, not just the wedding day, but in all the planning that comes before that. So here we go. My gold package starts with what I call my wine and dine wedding design session. These are a lot of fun. Basically what we do is we sit down together, usually at a restaurant or somewhere you guys feel comfortable, and my treat, right? And we're gonna go over the vision you have for your wedding. And I'm gonna put together an actual vision board for you. This is gonna help you when you're putting together all your details. It's gonna help you when you're talking to vendors. You can share it with your vendors, share it with your mother, share it with your mother-in-law, all of these people who are helping you to bring this together. It's gonna really make sure that your vision is what guides the wedding. Because let's be honest, the number one thing brides dislike the most about wedding planning is the pushy, opinionated statements from others, right? So we want to make sure that it's your vision that ends up being there on the day of. And that's what my wine and dine wedding design session is all about. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So the next thing I throw together for you is the day of timeline. Now this is very important because you have a vision. You've taken all this time to call the vendors and find a venue and do all these details. Someone's got to put that together. Someone needs to make sure that things are happening like clockwork the day of. So that's my job. I'll be in coordination with you on exactly what you want that day of, and I'll put together a timeline and share it with you so that we're on the same page of what's going to happen when. The next thing I do is I do vendor coordination. Now, please note this does not mean that I find all your vendors for you or I sign contracts or anything like that, but at least 1 week ahead of time, I'm going to be calling all your vendors and reconfirming them, making sure that they're going to come on time, that they know when to be there, and all these little details are worked out. And then the day of, I'm in charge of making sure that they show up. So that means that all that stress is off of your shoulders and you can just be the bride or be the groom, okay? Now, I will say that having worked in Portland for a while and as the lead instructor and the owner of Bride School, I do know quite a few great vendors, and I'm willing to share my teammates with you and let you know who I recommend, but you'll be responsible for contacting them and setting up contracts and whatnot. All right, the next thing that we include is, like I said, unlimited phone and email support. Now, you are free to abuse this all you want. You can call me every day if you need to, but just recognize that there are certain times of the day that I won't answer. Now, there's a couple of different choices. You have options on payment. The pay in full option is $1,275, and that's a $200 deposit, and then $1,075 is due the day of the wedding. Now, that just makes it possible for me to be sure that you're actually going to nail down having me there for you. And I'm actually throwing in a bonus at the end too for people who pay in full, because that's very helpful for me. However, if that's not really within your means, then we can also do a payment plan, and that's an option. Now, I talked about a bonus. This is it. Bride School, in case you're not familiar with it, was born out of the Portland Bride School Workshop, which I founded back in 2018, which is basically a workshop that I put together with me and a couple other local vendors to teach couples how to plan their wedding and keep it under their budget. This is a very important subject. I don't know if you know, but actually the #1 reason for divorce in the United States is arguments over money. And I just think that's not okay. We should not be charging so much for wedding planning and so much for vendors that you have to argue about the spending of it for the rest of your lives. That's just not cool. So I put together this beautiful workshop. We had a great time. All the brides came in and I taught them how to plan a wedding under budget. And then what I did is I went ahead and I really distilled down all of that knowledge and put together my 5-day wedding planning challenge, which is a lot of fun. So you're going to get free access to this when you pay in full for a day of coordination package. All right. So anyway, that's all I've got for you. I hope you decide that you're going to take full advantage of this. If you do, then feel free to reach out to me. You can click below and let me know that you are interested, and we'll schedule your first call. Okay.